Two things. One, we don't have the money. I mean, this is like dropping $1 million stimulus packages from a helicopter. And two, it's continuing to put this country on a path of total dependence on the federal government. 1.9 trillion under the banner of COVID, and only 9% goes to COVID. The pork that's included in this, including tunnels from Ms. Pelosi, the $350 billion that goes to state and local government goes to those states with the highest unemployment, which means Democrat-run states. No, it's a monstrosity of a bill. It's an insult to the American people. And, the fact that they're rushing this through, we're not having any debate. They're just bent on making this a total dependence on government. And people forget, or politicians forget, the states created the federal government, not vice versa.
We just had John Gizzi, one of our correspondents, on talking about this $3 trillion infrastructure bill. But as you just, touched on, this, what is supposed to be a COVID relief bill, includes large amounts of money for elements like that. I mean, the tunnels for Pelosi, you have the bridge for Schumer, amongst some other things. So why do we need that in the COVID relief bill if we're also talking about an infrastructure bill?
That's just it, Heather, is they don't. I mean, this is a totally partisan bill. I think the American people see through it. And, what a disservice to the American people. If you're going to have an infrastructure bill, which is desperately needed, you need to do two things. One, you need to identify how the money is going to be allocated, not just to blue states that support Democrats. And two, you need to figure out how you're going to pay for it. And infrastructure means a lot of different things to a lot of people. To some, it means roads, bridges, but what it doesn't mean is port projects that only benefit those that are in power, and that's how the Democrats are playing now. And it's a tragedy for the American people. We're 30 trillion and counting in debt, and that's just an obscene amount. And not to have any offsets anywhere, have no budget meetings where the talks are coming up on how are we going to pay for this?
Yeah.
And that's just how they're doing business now.
Yeah, and to let people know, our economy is something like $21 trillion in a year. So we owe more than if we took everything over a whole year. We owe more than that. But here's the quandary, it seems to me, Congressman. It seems like what they're passing right now, polls show, now the polls could be wrong, the polls show it's very popular. So the Republicans like yourself trying to fight the good fight, keeping down the deficit, are you in a no-win situation because you're trying to save money that's poorly spent, yet you have the Democrats giving away money and it's very popular?
Well, the Democrats are doing it just to get votes. I mean, that's the nature of the leadership now that Ms. Pelosi has the gavel. This is totally political. This is total to try to buy votes. And this bill just adds to that. And, some people, who doesn't like to get checks? Right. But look at what's already been done. We've had the $1,200 checks. We've had the $300 payment that's gone out, that's extended through, I think, September. And now to add $1,400, and again, no talk of anywhere about trying to balance this budget or to try to figure out how we're paying for this. Inflation is getting ready to hit the American people big time, because you can't keep printing money. That's not that complicated to understand. But the Democrats are just intent on doing this. They don't care how it gets done. Totally partisan, and I expect if an infrastructure bill comes up, it'll be totally partisan like this.